If you know anyone who still doesn't believe the US middle class is literally collapsing, show them this video. By the end, they'll most likely have a different opinion. Overall, the long-term trends that have been eviscerating the middle class have accelerated in recent years. Millions of middle-class households are struggling to keep up with rising living costs, and yet the decline of the US middle class is a crisis that is being overlooked. That is why, today, we have compiled statistics that demonstrate beyond a shadow of a doubt that America's middle class is being systematically destroyed. 1. According to a recent Gallup poll, the number of middle-class Americans who rated their financial situation as good or satisfactory fell by 10% between May 2021 and May 2022. 2. According to a Wells Fargo report, middle-income Americans have been particularly hard hit by rising living expenses in the last year. In January, the bank noted that middle-class consumers are feeling the most pressure, with inflation half a point higher than those at the highest and lowest income levels. 3. According to the report, 40% of middle-class Americans are very or moderately concerned about not having enough money to pay monthly bills. A third of middle-class respondents, or 34%, are also concerned about paying rent or mortgage. 4. According to Federal Reserve data, 11.1% of middle-class Americans said they expect to miss at least one debt payment in the next 3 months in May. 5. Inflation has been squeezing the middle class for decades, but official statistics hide this fact. For example, everyday expenses for middle and low-income families increased 40% above what the Consumer Price Index would indicate, more than wiping out the gains of a middle-income worker. 6. Another example is that between 2001 and 2020, rents increased by 150%, while the official measure of housing costs increased by only 54%. 7. As housing prices rise, middle-class households with $100,000 median annual incomes can only buy homes in 36% of the country's markets, where the value is less than $400,000, assuming they already have a 20% down payment on hand. 8. In 2001, a two-income middle-class family would have had an extra $4,000 to spend after meeting their basic needs. According to a study conducted by the Ludwig Institute for Shared Economic Prosperity, LISEP, that same family would have to go into debt for $2,000 to maintain a very modest lifestyle today. 9. According to a Conference Board survey of middle-class workers, primarily professionals and office workers, just under 2/3, or roughly 61.8%, are concerned about their pay not keeping up with inflation this year. 10. According to a new CNBC and Momentive workforce survey, 66% of American workers believe that inflation has outpaced any salary increases they've made in the last year. Well, 19 say salary increases have roughly matched inflation. 11. At this point, economic pessimism in the United States is increasing. Last month, Gallup's Economic Confidence Index was -45. This is a decrease from -39 in each of the previous 2 months. It is the lowest reading since early 2009, at the end of the Great Recession. 12. On the same note, 38% of middle-class workers said they are worse off financially in April 2022 than they were the previous year, a 6.5% increase. 13. The rising cost of living appears to be the primary reason why middle-class workers are feeling financially worse off than a year ago, according to the survey, with nearly 1/3, or 35%, blaming rising prices. 14. According to a CNBC poll, 28% of American workers believe they are underpaid, an all-time high. 15. And approximately 39% of U.S. workers have seriously considered quitting their jobs in the last 3 months. This is the highest level ever recorded, and it is up 6% from last November. 16. In a May survey conducted by Pew Research, 16.93% of respondents said that inflation would be a major issue for the country in 2022. 17. Despite recent wage increases, the skyrocketing prices of fuel, food, housing, and other necessities are extremely concerning to Americans who live paycheck to paycheck. According to a Lending Club survey, 64% of the total population was living paycheck to paycheck in March, which means that more than 2/3 of Americans reportedly said they had little or nothing left at the end of the month after expenses. 18. Even the wealthy are living paycheck to paycheck. Lending Club reported that more than 1/3, or 36%, of paycheck to paycheck consumers in the United States earn at least $250,000 per year, indicating that inflation is affecting how Americans of all income levels manage their budgets. 19. According to the National Institute on Retirement Security, 62% of middle-class Americans are concerned about their retirement savings. According to Tyler Bond, the Institute's research manager, the United States can no longer afford retirement. 20. According to a new report from the National Institute on Retirement Security, tax breaks designed to encourage Americans to save for retirement disproportionately benefit high-income households while doing little to help middle-class families. For more such informative videos, subscribe to our channel and like the video. See you in the next video.